Yo, what's good, man? This is the NFL All 32 right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And today we're going to be giving you some hard hitting facts on all NFL teams this upcoming season right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network. And why not start now while training camp is going? Yeah, you see it on the screen, man. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals are frauds, and they will not make the playoffs this upcoming season. And I'm going to tell you why, man. So let's get into it, man. This is the NFL All 32. Let's get into it.
Righty K, the Raisin Man.
All right. Hey, this is the NFL All 32, man. And I'm going to tell you why Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be frauds this upcoming season, man. I just don't see it. You know, Joe Burrow, they signed Joe Burrow, they signed Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, but they didn't do anything for the defense or anything, man. Like, they didn't do anything for the defense. Trey Hendrickson is still looking for a contract. They're not even signing I think their first round pick, the defensive tackle from Texas A&M. They're not even signing them. They let go of Jermaine Pratt, their best linebacker. Who are they DBs? Are they going to be able to cover anybody this year? Are they going to be able to stop the run this year? Are they going to be able to do anything like that this year? And everything is going to be dependent on this man right here on the screen, Joe Burrow. You know, Joe Burrow is going to have to do everything for this team as far as getting this team to score. I think they're going to have to score 30 points or more in order to be successful this season. And to me, that's not going to fly in the AFC North, not with the Steelers, not with the Ravens. Hell, even the Browns got a good defense over there. So if the Browns can stop their offense, they got a good chance to beat those guys too, because their defense can't stop anybody. So yeah, right here on the NFL All 32 Big Pat Sports Talk, I'm going to say these dudes are frauds, man. Think about it, man. These dudes literally have to score 30 to 40 points a game to beat somebody. And if Joe Burrow is not being Joe Cool and playing at an MVP level throughout this whole season, it's going to be turmoil. Their defense is in disarray. I give it to them. They got a good offense with Chase Brown, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Burton. What's the tight end's name? He's a very good tight end. Came over from the Dolphins. But their offensive line is still in shambles. Heck, their offensive line just had an injury today in training camp. Their starting center, Lucas Patrick. Shout out to Lucas Patrick. He got my name, Patrick. But, you know, he just got hurt today. Hopefully he's all right, but no, you know, he's going to be competing. Oh, he's going to be competing for the starting right guard job. And he could also play center, but he got hurt. What is of their offensive line? Is their offensive line going to protect Joe Burrow in order, you know, for him not to get hurt again? You know, Joe Burrow is, man, this guy has the most pressure on him in the NFL. He does. Look at that. 44-38. They put up 38 points, but they gave up 44. It's right there on the screen. You know, this right here, man, this is why I say that they're going to be frauds. They are. I don't see them beating the Steelers. Even though the Steelers, you know, they're going through their issues. Maybe Aaron Rodgers turns out to be way better than he was with the Jets. But they got DK Metcalf over there. They still got a running game over there. They still got a decent offensive line. They still going to have a heck of a good defense. They just signed TJ Watt. So, yeah, that's why I'm calling these guys frauds. You think they're going to be good enough to beat the Ravens consistently? Because the Ravens could put up points and play defense. The only team I see them maybe thumping twice is the Cleveland Browns. But that's not even guaranteed, because if that Browns defense shows up, it's going to be a problem. But hey, let's listen to a little bit what Joe Burrow has to say in the press conference that he had with the Cincinnati Bengals, and maybe he can convince me of something a little different. So let's get into that, man. Look at his face, man.
It's fun to be back. Got a lot to work on, for sure, but it was good to be back.
I feel like that went overall.
Poorly.
Why do you think that was why was that the case?
That's just usually how it goes. For the first day, we got a lot to clean up, but we got a lot of time, so.
Why?
So he said the offense started off poorly in training camp, which is training camp. I'm not going to go crazy, even though, you know, I'm going to keep it real right here on the All 32. I'm not going to go crazy. It's training camp. That's what it's for. You're supposed to start off poorly, learn your mistakes, and, you know, translate it into the preseason, into the regular season. But if this offense plays poorly in any game this season, it's on. That's why I'm saying these dudes are frauds. But let's listen to Joe Burrow just a tad bit more.
I think that's probably exactly. It seems like it takes a little while for everyone to find a rhythm early on. Why is it that it kind of maybe takes a little bit once you camp gets rolling?
Well, usually everybody's on their own working. You know, we don't have during OTAs. We're not really going against each other like that. So just, you know, offense is all about timing, rhythm, working together to become a cohesive unit, and so that's not going to be the case on the first day.
Morning practice is obviously different. What are your thoughts initially?
Very pro morning practice.
Zach said that he's going to play you more in preseason than ever before. How does it feel for you to be able to go into this training camp with no restrictions from a practice standpoint or in preseason?
Yeah, I'm excited for the chance to get better. You know, those are valuable reps that we haven't had in the past for good reason, but I think we're making the right decision this year, and I think that's going to benefit us in the long run.
Why are you so much?
So that's Joe Burrow in a little press conference that he did. But I'll beg to say, are you guys making the right decisions? Are you guys making the right decisions going into this offseason where you didn't do anything for your defense in order to get better, in order to stop teams from scoring 40 to 45 points while you put up 38 to 40 points and losing 44-40, 45-42? Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. And I think these dudes are going to be frauds. I'm telling you. I think these dudes are going to finish third in the AFC North, and I don't believe they're going to make the playoffs because there's too many teams out there, the Texans, the Bills, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Broncos. It's too many teams out there, man. The Ravens, the Steelers, your own division. There's too many teams out there. And there'll even be some surprise teams out there that I want to let you guys know about right here on the All 32 as well. But there's been some reports that Joe Burrow is not really happy about all the decisions that are being made in the Bengals organization. Shout out to Rich Eisen for reporting it. So let's listen to what Rich Eisen has to say about the Bengals going into this season?
This is what we do around here, Parts, these days with the training camp is talk about guys who aren't there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's not there in Cincinnati and Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart. I mean, listen, Joe Burrow basically put everybody in Cincinnati's front office on notice that he, as soon as the season was over, right? He's like, hey, the Eagles are keeping everybody.
Yeah, how do they do it? Why can't we figure
Why
it out?
can't we figure everybody out? And then they signed Jamar Chase and they signed T. Higgins, which is great. Joe's got to be happy about that. And then it's like, what was the number last year? How many games did they lose when they scored 30-something points?
So I had it wrong. They were 0-4 when scoring 33 or more.
Usually should be the inverse of that.
You should win all of those.
You should win all those games. But
Do you hear that? Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals were 0-4 in games when they scored 33 points or more. And not only did you not add to the defense to try to make it better, you're losing people on your defense. Sam Hubbard retired. You let Jermaine Pratt go. Shamar Stewart, your first round pick, isn't signed. Trey Hendrickson isn't signed. What did you add to this defense in order to stop losing games when you score 30 points? This is why I'm saying they're going to be frauds this year. And I won't be surprised if they are finished third in their division. They're going to finish third in their division and maybe fighting for the Browns if Shedeur Sanders and the Browns get their acts together. But let's get back to Rich Eisen.
Defense, we all know, was the issue. And the fact that Trey Hendrickson's not there, and then they also drafted somebody to help rush the passer in Shamar Stewart, and he's not there because there's something going on with the language in the contract. So now it's Joe's turn to chime in on this. You think he wants to be talking about this? Absolutely not. So Burrow was asked about the guys who were not there.
Yeah, obviously disappointing. You know, you'd like to have all your guys out there day one to try to build that cohesion that I was talking about earlier. But it's not how it usually works out. You know, it's a business, and that is how it's gone.
Wow.
Jeez.
That was a sigh.
Wow.
I mean, on the sigh meter, that's 10 of 10, right? 9 of 10? He was choosing his words carefully because he definitely knows that his words have weight. Well, he's going to have to wait.
Exactly. He's going to have to wait. And he's going to have to wait to see if this defense can actually do something for him this season. And looks like the wait is going to be a whole lot longer than he wants to wait with this Cincinnati Bengals team. I'm telling you, man, these dudes are going to be frauds, bro. They're going to beat up on some teams, you know, they don't have very good defenses, and they're going to put up some points. They might beat somebody 31-24, 31-20. But when it gets to the nitty-gritty, when they have to play those playoff teams like the Bills, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Chargers, the Texans, when they have to play those teams, I even think, you know, the Jets will give them a battle. Because their defense is whack, man. Their defense is absolutely whack. And if Joe Burrow gets injured, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap on these dudes, man, if Joe Burrow gets injured, bro. I'm telling you. And then the offensive line, you didn't even really help the offensive line. So if the offensive line breaks down, he gets hurt again, then what? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. I know you like Joe Burrow. I know you like Jamar Chase. I know you like that offense. But that defense and that offensive line and that organization, period, they're showing you why they've always been the Bengals. And they look like they get ready to turn back into the Bungles if they don't get their act together real soon. Real soon. I'm telling you, it's not going to be pretty for these guys. But to go ahead and end the podcast, man, I'm going to let you guys hear what we said here on the Aboriginal Sports Network. Shout out to K&P Productions, the official sponsor for the Aboriginal Sports Network. Man, this is me, NYG, and Coach talking about the Cincinnati Bengals when we did their 2025 season preview, man. Go check that out. We did that about a couple of weeks ago. Go check that out. And we got all the teams on the Aboriginal Sports Network, their season previews. We get ready to finish up the NFC East here soon, so you guys tune in for that. But let's hear what we had to say about the Bengals and their schedule coming up this year.
They can score. Denver, they can score. Detroit, they can score. Green Bay, they can score. Pittsburgh, we'll see. The Jets, Chicago, then you get a bye. That's tough. That is a tough stretch right there. And then you end off, you got Pittsburgh, New England, Baltimore, Buffalo, Baltimore again, Miami. Like I said, they can put up points when they want to. And you're going to Miami, Arizona, and then Arizona, Cleveland, say you win those couple games, man. But 9.5, man. 9.5. I don't know, man. What y'all thinking? Over, under?
I'm actually going to go under. I think they finished third in the division around 9-8. Because the way their defense is set up. And then you got Baltimore, Buffalo, Baltimore. That might be a 3-game losing streak right there. It might be. And then if you go on 3-game losing streak right there, what's to say you could go to Miami and bounce back? Miami can put up points with you, and their defense is better than yours. And that's sad. Let's say Miami's defense is better than yours. And you playing in Miami, so you don't even get the code. Because if they were going to Cincinnati, I would say Cincinnati, but you're in Miami in their backfield. And Pittsburgh ain't no slouch. Green Bay ain't no slouch. Detroit ain't no slouch. Denver ain't no slouch. Minnesota ain't no slouch. They could probably start off hot those first 2 weeks and beat up on Cleveland and Jacksonville, but then it starts getting real.
And it starts to get real. And they're going against offenses. That's what I want to highlight here, because their offense going to score, but Minnesota can score too, and you ain't going to be able to stop them. You know what I'm saying? Denver actually has a good defense that can slow the offense down, and they can put up points. They showed that last year. Detroit, we know what they could do. Green Bay, they can score. Pittsburgh, we talking about division games. The Jets, we're going to get into the AFC East a little bit later, man, but the Jets might be a little sleeper team here. Chicago. They got talent over there. So you got to stop the other team. But Coach, what's your thoughts?
I'm going under. And I'm going to say they might win 5, maybe 6 games.
Ooh, shoot.
And it wouldn't even surprise me if they get swept by Cleveland.
Ooh, damn.
Unpopular opinion.
Yeah. So this is what we were talking about on that season preview, man. You got to think about it. After the first 2 weeks, Cleveland and Jacksonville, and that Cleveland game is not a gimme. You got Minnesota, Denver, Detroit, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, Jets, Bears. Minnesota could put up points. Denver could put up points. Detroit damn sure could put up points. Green Bay could put up points. Pittsburgh plays you twice a year. They know you. The New York Jets defense is legit. So if their defense shows up, they can wind up beating you. And Chicago could put up points, and their defense is no slouch. Then right after that, you got Pittsburgh again. New England, a team that I think that is up and coming. Then you got the Ravens, Buffalo, Ravens, Dolphins. Come on, man. Come on, man. Cincinnati Bengals fans, man, y'all got to tell me what's up, man, because I don't see it. I don't see it, man. I think you dudes are going to be frauds, and I think you dudes are not going to make the playoffs. And like Coach said, he wouldn't be surprised if y'all won 5 or 6 games. I'm being easy on you, give you 9. But your offense is going to have to ball out to get those 9. Bengals, y'all in trouble, man. Y'all in big trouble. So if you're a Cincinnati fan, man, if you agree or if you don't agree, man, let me know in the comments, man. This is the NFL All 32 right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network, man. And I'm Big Pat Sports Talk. You can hit me up on Twitter. Go to the ABSN Twitter. You can hit me up on there. We on TikTok. We on Instagram, man. We everywhere. So if you want to get at us, go to the social media platform. Go to the Aboriginal Sports Network and say, Big Pat, are you crazy? Or you agree with me, man? But the Cincinnati Bengals, man, are going to be frauds this upcoming season. And I'm telling you, they are not going to be as good as people think they are because they hyped up on Joe Burrow, who's an excellent quarterback. This is not a shot at Joe Burrow. This is a shot at the Cincinnati Bengals as a team. These boys ain't ready, man. That defense ain't ready. That offensive line ain't ready. That organization is not getting them ready. And I think they're going to finish 3rd in that division, and they may get 9 wins, and that's not going to cut it in the AFC. It's not. So y'all tell me, man, this has been the NFL All 32 with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. Hit us up on the Aboriginal Sports Network and on all platforms. Like, subscribe, share. And, man, this is the new wave, man. This is the new movement. But shout out to you guys, man. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals are frauds. They are absolutely frauds, bro. And they will not make the playoffs, and they will not be nowhere near as good as people are saying they're going to be. Absolute frauds, man. But this has been the NFL All 32. And to the next episode, y'all know what it is, man. Peace. Oh, and one thing before I get out of here. Y'all better not hope this happens to Joe Burrow at the end during this season, or it's really over.